What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Brandon, Bgb.Productions here. Just about to hop into editing this next video and realize that I suck and forgot to film an intro. Figured I would give y'all a proper intro. So this is going to be part, I think, 3.5. I know the last one was part 2.5. But, yeah. In this video, I will be doing the fab work on the bed that I picked up in the last video and getting it thrown on the truck and getting the truck on, I think, 4 out of 6 wheels. I don't know if I've got all 6 wheels on by the end of the video, but y'all just have to stick around to see. Unless you can suck it up high enough to get it over that lip. I don't know. Worth a shot. Really? Literally? I don't want to get off the... Am I still in the concrete? This is working out perfect. Man, shut up. I need a Pro Eagle jack.
That's what I was gonna give you for Christmas.
That
one time, remember? I was keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
But something happened.
The razor broke.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be like an all-in-one motion. Like gun it.
Welcome to Jackass.
What, you worried, Caroline?
No.
You doing one of these? Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
So now, I think I'm gonna unhook and then get centered up with it and try to just drag it across the floor.
No, pull your truck out. Use your fucking bumper here on the front of the bed and just fucking slide it back.
I'll dent it. No, you won't.
You're on concrete now.
I know,
your
but
bumper's gonna hit right here.
I can get it as far as I can with that.
And still be able to get out.
Yeah, I'll just have to get it far enough to where I can still pull my truck out. But I need to unhook and get squared up with it.
I just caught Fury catching a fly in his mouth on camera.
I don't like talking to the camera in front of people. Never mind, I don't want to. If you're wondering why I revved it up whenever I was pulling the winch back in, that's how you prevent from frying voltage regulators. Alright, so from right here, I'll probably just throw y'all into a little time lapse. We're about to start cutting this bed up and getting a little bit further than we are on the truck. We just needed to get it into the shop When I unloaded it, I had a Mini X, and now I don't have the Mini X at the moment, so we improvised.
Yeah. I can get the light.
It'll go right through it. Because the blade is longer than... Dude, that's already fallen a lot.
It's awesome, ain't it?
Yeah, dude, if you just go back where you were, this thing will literally, like, it'll take it a minute, but it'll go through it. So what you didn't see off camera was us trying a torch, and the torch was just kind of blowing through and messing the sheet metal up, or the diamond plate. So we tried quite a few things, grinder, sawzall, and what we found worked best was the hacksaw or sawzall. So that's when you can see right here, you know, we just set up time lapse. Obviously it sped up a little bit, but that sawzall was just bamming right through that. You know, we had to do a little persuasion on the frame, you know, the actual frame rails underneath the bed itself. But, you know, we had that thing cut in no time. I'm sure there was probably another way, another method that we could have done, but we were working with what we had. Obviously, you can see throughout the whole video, things aren't done the way they're supposed to be. Got him welded away in the back there. As you can see, we shortened it from 16-inch cabbed axle to 37.5 cabbed axle. I cut the frame in half, I plated the frame, welded it, gusseted it in. It should be good to go. Yeah, now we're just trying to make it look pretty. I'll have to buy him a grinder to fix this. So we had to recruit another set of hands, and you can see right here things are starting to get a little bit sketchy. We're coming up with anything and everything we can do to try to get this bed up tall enough to get my truck under it. So you can see right here, we're letting air out of the tires. What you can't see is we also put a come along from the axle to the frame, air it out more, jacking it up more, picking it up, backing it in, and then right about here, my phone dies. But one thing I want to put out there is this clip right here is from another night, but all the clips from before were one night. We started at 6 p.m. the night before, and we had the bed on the truck at 5 a.m. that next morning. So obviously, we took a few days, wired the bed up, got the bed bolted down, got everything looking good, and this was the first time that the truck come out of the shop, obviously in quote-unquote daylight, nighttime, on its own weight, on its own power, every light on, everything working, everything looking pretty good. Obviously, it's far from done, but it's a pretty good starting point, from what we started to where we're at now. So yeah. I wanted to jump on here and end the video off. Before then, I do want to say a few things. You could tell that from when the truck was put together till now is a little bit of time. I've had a lot of time to drive the truck, put a lot of miles on it. I've done a lot of things in this truck that I probably shouldn't have. I'll insert a few clips right here. We have one good bearing, actually two good bearings. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm pretty sure that the threads are messed up on the shaft, so I guess we'll have to do some digging on that. That cost me a little bit of money, but that's besides the point. One of my biggest issues, and I know I've said it in my last video, and I've also said it on my TikTok, I've got an undergoing issue, and I knew I was going to run into this issue with doing this swap, but I figured I'd just tackle it whenever, the time came. Is rear ABS speed sensors. To put a little background on that, the factory axle, this was a FX4 truck, so it had ABS sensor at each individual wheel. Well, since I put a axle out of an 08 to, whatever, F350, and from my knowledge, even F350s up to the current years, it's basically the same axle, so it's got the same sensor. It only has one sensor, and it's in the middle. Now, I have tried to get on ForeScan and delete it. My ForeScan module, I guess it's one of the ones where it won't let me get into the ABS, so I'm thinking about ordering a different one, trying that route again. I have tried to dummy plug the harness. I have tried to wire the harness together, plug it into one, thinking that it would work, and all kinds of research to see if I could try to put some type of, diode or whatever in it. Fortunately, though, the diode one was ruled out right off the rip because those sensors go off of a tone or vibration, so you can't get a diode to mimic that. So I'm going to try a few more things. Worst comes to worst, I'll just have to swap the ABS pump in this truck and see about getting some tuning done to get the lights off of the dash. But besides that, truck runs, performs great. Love this thing as a 1-ton. It pulls great. It's a little shorter, but hey, I love this flatbed. I love everything about this truck. So with that being said, wraps this video up. Going to be more to this build. I have to stick around for that. We're going to be building some skirting for the bed. Might or might not be doing some powder work to the suspension. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has kept up with this truck on here or on, the other platform. And yeah, y'all stick around. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.